You disappeared.
You don't have one.
You are half blind. Hey!
Hi! Welcome. Welcome. It is a Wicked Wednesday, and I'm Amy.
I'm Kevin.
And thanks for joining us tonight. On Wednesdays, we wear black. And Stan forgot to wear black. But it's okay. We'll forget.
No, it's just the light. It's
the lighting. Oh,
he's
now we
going
can't even
away.
see him. So
He's like, crap, no black. I'm out of here.
I gotta go. Okay, so let's see. We haven't been on in a little bit. There's been some things going on. There's been like I was sick, you were sick, Stan was injured, and I was out of town for a couple weeks, and yeah,
just a whole bunch of shit.
Just life was happening. So we're back. We did have a show planned last week. My sister was going to be our guest. We were going to talk a little bit about aliens and such. And then I got sick. Like I thought, I haven't felt that bad in the longest time, to be honest with you. And you know, I'm a chronic pain warrior, and so I can usually muddle through some things. But for this particular thing, I was like, oh no, I might be dying. We have a guest in the background. That's Stitch. He's a weird guy, but
he's like, I'm not weird.
Not weird. He you know, everybody thinks black cats are so like scary and creepy. This guy is just weird. He's just a weirdo. He just does weird things
in the best way.
He's adorable and he's very sweet. There's not a mean bone in his body, but he's weird. He does weird stuff. So if you see something weird in the background, I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize. He's a weirdo.
Oh, that looks like.
So anyways, we will have Devin joining us at some point tonight. When they're done working. Devin is here, but in the back. That way. Yeah, that way. Yeah. So anyways, have you had anything weird or ghostly happening to you lately? What?
There we go.
There you are.
I was like, yes, actually.
Oh.
We have had probably more of the mimic type voices.
Really?
In the past, since our last show, than I think I've had in the past year.
Oh.
And the most recent was actually today before I came over here.
Wow. Good planning, Ghost.
But this one, normally it sounds like Chandler or I, and this one was a audible female voice.
Young, old, good.
Young, very young. Well, not very young, but probably mid-teens to early 30s, you know, just that.
Okay, so that, not like little, like a...
Yeah, not like elementary school or something.
Like, could be a demon age sound.
I don't know. I think demons, if they're going to talk, they're going to be...
I think they're going to sound like somebody you know.
Yeah. And the voice was...
Because I'm not going to trust a child. From what I've heard now, I'm not going to...
No, now they're like, okay, in their demon meetings, they're like, okay, don't do kids anymore because they're onto us.
They're totally onto us. These damn ghost hunters,
they ruin it for everybody.
They've ruined it. And so now we got to switch voices.
Yeah, why is it you?
You can have it meow. I don't know. Why is there two of me?
That means if you stare at it long enough, you'll go 3D.
I don't want that to happen. Can we take it so it's not just me? Like, this is just a show with me.
There we go.
There you
go. Yeah.
So Wow.
But yeah, it was, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was right in the middle of like a whole bunch that was going on. And
Did it say your name?
no, it wasn't a name. It was like 2 words, and they were. God, I wish I could remember what it said, but it was. You know how when you make that note of I got to remember that, but you've got so much going on that once it, yeah, and then you're like, holy fuck, what did I hear? And so yeah, that's what that was. But there was another one like last night that sounded like Chandler. There was a one 2 to 3 days ago that sounded like me. There was one when I was up and Chandler came into the room and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, What? He's like, "You called me." I was like, "No, I didn't." He said, "You said, 'Hey, Chandler, like, come here.'"
Oh.
And I'm like, "No, no, didn't say that."
Didn't say-
But I would say it's probably up to 5 to 7, maybe 8 times a week.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like really, really, and there's
That's
enough like
investigated.
house noises that aren't necessarily like I can't play is it a ghost or it's a cat because I don't have cats.
Yeah. That's
So
why you have cats, so you can blame
yeah,
it
you
on
can be
that.
like, "That's a cat.
That's
Don't
a
worry
cat.
about it. It's a cat. It's a cat."
It's like when I walked in here earlier and it looked smoky.
Oh,
And Devin thought it was, I was, oh, Kevin had his vape, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that doesn't linger for this long. Like I stood in here for a minute to Devin could walk in here and it's like, oh, I get rid. I'm like, yeah, it's very weird. Devin said it's a ghost, but
yeah.
it's weird because I have my front door open. So like
Mhm.
on my screen door. So if you were to hit a vape, like I'm hitting a vape right now and it's not lingering around us. So it wouldn't have been that.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have stayed that long.
When I've been out,
Long enough for Devin to walk in here and see it too.
yeah, I've been out of the room for several minutes because I went in to fix something.
Look,
Yeah.
it doesn't fill the room.
No.
I don't have one of those like,
Well, mine is.
yeah, but it doesn't fill the room.
No. No.
Not for that long.
No. So yeah, there's been the voices, the noises, um, thinking that one of us is up because you hear a door close and get up and the other person's not up and there aren't doors that are closed. Um, yeah, it's gotten very not scary. I mean, we're just like um, Chandler, of course, jumps on the ghost bandwagon a little quicker than I do. But he's just getting into it. I tried to just miss it, and nah. But he's had several things where he'll see uh, like something move, um,
Like me.
like you, and so yeah, he'll be like, "Dude, did you see that?" No. He said something just went from the hallway to the kitchen,
Oh?
so that's back. And those of y'all that have been listening for years, that's been what, 2 years, year and a half to 2 years ago since
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, since I have moved temporarily up at the desk that you gave me, there in between, there's that little,
I sent you some of my ghosts.
yeah, maybe. Now that you say that, holy shit. But if you're coming down my hall towards my kitchen, in the dining room, there's like that wall that's like 3 foot wide that then opens into like a huge door that goes into the kitchen.
Right.
I have the desk at that wall because I'm thinking of getting rid of the piano and putting it in the bay window
Okay.
up front, and so it's sitting there for now. And so I put the camera that I can rotate from anywhere on that, looking kind of at that direction, hallway into kitchen, so it'd come like right in front of the camera. So I haven't caught anything on camera yet, but yeah, so we've had that picking up like crazy. lately. So, what about you? Other than the ghost or the ghost in here, the smoke in here.
You know, I do blame everything, especially if I'm already in bed and I'm like, you know what? I'm sure it's a cat. But the music that's picked up lately,
Really?
and and then a couple times, like I've completely stopped dead in my tracks in the kitchen, like who's here? Because I'm sorry, I'll shut the door. But um, uh, uh,
I'm hearing music now. This is
welcome
creepy.
to the hood.
She said, "Welcome to the hood."
The hood, yeah. This coming straight to you from historic Marion. Um, anyways, it stopped me in the kitchen going like, who's here? Because I knew that my son's truck wasn't here. But like I didn't know what was going on. But it sounded like the TV was on and I was like, oh well, and you know, like I don't have like real cable, you know, I stream everything. So typically if I leave something on, it goes off. And that didn't um happen. And it's like I walked in here, I looked at this TV just to see. I walked in my kid's room. He wasn't home. They were gone. He was not in my room. So, you know, it's always that. It's like now I've started to wonder, like, does someone live in my house? Like, is there someone in the attic? Like, I don't know. That's just a weird thing.
Test 1 2 test 1 2. Hello. Can anyone see me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Welcome
back.
Kept kicking me back out. Yeah, it kept kicking me back out and back out and back out. So I'm back finally.
Yes. Well, welcome back. Definitely.
Thank you.
So yeah, I have heard that now that I'm like, oh, someone living in the attic. I'm like, now when I hear things in the attic, I'm like, there they are. Probably up there brushing their teeth.
You know, if someone's in your attic, that's what they're doing. They're up there brushing their teeth. Hey, don't brush your teeth right now; she'll hear you.
And people really come in and out of my house without me knowing because I'm home all the time. So like,
Yeah, how they get in and out.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Do they have a ladder? Maybe there's a ladder and they go in the side hole. I don't know, but you know, I don't have a basement, so they can't live in the basement. They have to. Are you making fun of me?
No.
Oh,
No.
no.
We would never, ever make.
Hey.
So other than the people in the attic brushing their teeth,
Nothing besides that. That I can think of that's happened besides the people in the live in the attic. That noise and then the music, but like or the like one time it sounded like a TV and one time it was like music and it wasn't like music. We all know what I listen to and it's a plethora of things, but not any of the songs. Not that I could pick a song of what it sounded like, but it didn't sound like anything that I would listen to. It certainly didn't sound like anything a child would listen to.
did it sound like things that like what went by?
No, it didn't sound like that.
So it's not.
I know what that sounds. No, I'm familiar with it.
And it wasn't a church.
And it wasn't the church. And that is tonight, actually. Tonight it's Wednesday night. You know, we get some lovely music, like a thumping. Love that.
Yeah.
Wow, it's the Pentecostal club, so to speak. Not to offend anyone that's Pentecostal, like, but your church is loud. It's a metal building. Maybe choose different. So echo so much. And considering we back up to limestone and my house is on limestone, just imagine the echo. It doesn't matter which part of my house. You can just hear it melodiously.
Melodiously.
I like that.
Hold on,
I like when I use the word.
I got
my
to
big
look up.
words
I
out.
got to look up that word. Hold on,
It's better than what I was gonna say, okay? Sometimes I pull words out because I don't want to say what I
yeah.
and I
That's a good job.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yep.
So other than that, no, Devin, have you had anything scary happen in your house?
Well, I just moved, so I haven't had much time to get acquainted with the potential spirits that may be lurking about. So give me like another week. I'll be able to tell you whether or not it's. But as of right now, no.
That must be nice.
Yeah, we wouldn't know anything about.
Yeah.
I also have cats,
Like
so
to take a
it's
piece of my furniture.
no,
Apparently that.
no, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. That, yeah.
Zach just took it over there and dropped it off on his porch.
Yeah. And I was talking about how it's gone up. It's been more active in my house in the last couple weeks than it has in the last year.
She just collects haunted things.
And then all of a sudden she was like, I referred to the desk and she's like, oh, so you got my ghost. And I'm like,
So I still have music.
yes, I guess I probably, yeah, you still have the music.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it has been,
Yeah.
besides, see that sound? Because that guy is loud.
Yeah.
That orange one, that's,
Snoring beside me.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one smarts too.
Yeah.
And then this guy. He's like, I'm just here to monitor your behavior.
Doing a terrible job, sir.
He's for real. He usually does.
All right, we have a before we bring on our guest real quick, we have already have a question. What convinced you irrefutably to the existence of the paranormal? Modern science denies it. What do you say? All right, I'll take that
Good.
one. Yeah. All right, let me preface my response.
Jump in.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome too. I mean, we might as well bring on our guests and let our guests in and join in on this. But go ahead and finish yours, and then I'll bring our guests on. Finish your state. Yours.
Okay. After 20, Historic Ghost is celebrating its 21st year this year. So after all of that, I will still say that to use the word irrefutably, I still can't do that. I have seen things that I can't explain. I have been touched, I've been scratched, I've been yelled at, I've been pushed, I've been, you name it.
I've had my hair pulled. I've had my butt touched. I've had all the things.
Been there, done it.
but-
Got the T-shirt and the CD-ROM. Yep, been there. Been there.
Yep, 100%. But to use the word irrefutably, I still beat up that evidence, those personal experience of my own, to try to.
Yeah, it's not like we don't try to debunk stuff. It's not like we're like, did you hear that sound? That must be a ghost. We're not Zach Bagans.
Yeah.
We're not like, that must be a demon. God damn it, it's a demon. There's another demon. Yeah, I mean, how weird that every place they go, damn demon. It ain't like that.
Yeah, and so I am fairly certain that of the existence of ghosts. And I don't know, I still remain openly optimistic, but not to the point of everything being paranormal or everything being debunkable. So I walk that fine line still after all that time, thousands of investigations. I still walk that line of for me personally, I haven't had irrefutable evidence despite all of that. So am I convinced they exist? 98%.
Yeah.
But I'm not on board. I'm not ready to say 100%. Do I believe there's an afterlife and all of that? Yeah. But that's faith-based, not science-based. So from a science, and if you look at anything from a debunking standpoint, you can debunk almost anything. And I've told this story on here several times about how we realized that even though you debunk it and can prove that something wasn't paranormal, it doesn't matter or doesn't mean that there wasn't that instance where a paranormal experience could mimic or be the same as a debunkable experience. So, in that regard, you can't outright debunk and you can't outright accept. So, that's pretty much my.
That was a good answer.
So,
Because you're correct in all of that. Because we don't.
yeah, I think
None of us are really going to know.
I think you do
Even
it.
people that think we're nut jobs for doing what we're doing. Well, you know what? Guess what? Maybe you'll find out one day when it's your turn to cross the bridge.
Yeah, I'm still wondering what I'm going to see. But yeah, now if you would like to chime, I didn't mean to. But yeah, what would be your answer to that?
As for me, I've seen, I've heard, I've felt, I've sensed, I've known so much over my lifetime that I can't say that anything is or is not, but I know I've been to the other side and back 4 times already, and I know what's there. And it's like the most amazing place. Family, friends, pets, you name it, it's all there. It's gorgeous. And it's a whole lot better than what we got here, I'll tell you what.
So,
Shit.
And yes,
I'll
ghosts
just stay reading.
exist. Ghosts exist. I've seen them, I've heard them, I've sensed them, yeah, anyway.
yeah.
But even with experience and combined everybody's experience, it doesn't mean that we know. There is no 110% proof you're going to be able to give anybody to believe that we do what we do for a here's this guy. So she's going to tell us. He's like,
Well,
hold
I've
on.
only
I'm
been
going to
doing this for 45
Maybe
years.
perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's something I would definitely want to talk with you about. Is, I mean, you've got a lot going on. You've been doing this for quite a while. So, yeah, I mean, give us a feel for yeah, who you are,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's so much because I've read some of your bio and things like that, and it's a lot to it. And so, if you were to describe yourself, how would you describe yourself as far as the paranormal community?
Boss made me do that yesterday.
Well, I'm a psychic medium. I'm a sensitive energy healer, all that. And I work very closely with spirit.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you have a lot in the works too, right?
Hmm. I have a book coming out late this year, and you can bet bottom dollar this thing is going to burn history to the ground.
Really?
You think you know the Old West? Oh no. Mm-mm. No, you do not. Nobody knows it like I know it.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
So, and when did you say it's coming out?
Late this year or early next.
That's awesome. That is awesome. We'll definitely have to keep an eye out for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's being attacked by a cat over here.
Well, bring Kitty over here. Hello, kitten. What you doing, love, love? What you doing, love, love? Oh, squeaky, 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 and guess what?
He's
Boopy
like,
and.
he's annoying my other cat because he's like, he thinks at his butt. And he's like, hold on. Hey, wait, baby bug, look. Have you seen my butt? Look at it. She's like, please, she's looking at Devin like, please save me, Devin. Save me from him.
Sorry.
And she just mind your business. Sit there, like good boy.
Yeah.
Kitty kitten.
He's so weird. Now let's see. Now, how long have you been involved in the paranormal, did you say?
I've been in and around the field for about, yeah, relatively about 45 years.
And
Yeah.
like, what made you start? Like, what got
Age
you?
3. Age 3, I saw my first ghost and kicked it right back out of my home. Yep.
Really?
It went after my then infant sister. I said, oh, hell no, I ain't playing this game. Nope, out you go. Bye bye. You're not welcome here. You're going to go after her. You're going to get kicked right back out. Bye bye.
Well, I mean, that's good. I mean, you gotta protect your,
Yeah,
you gotta protect the
family, yeah,
littles.
definitely. The littles.
It's like,
So we're drinking the alcohol. Wow. So
he's not. He's not.
so when on a grander scale, when did you, become involved in paranormal? I don't want to say professionally because that's not exactly where I want to go with that. But
Age 21, my ancestors came from spirit and said, you're going to be a shaman. What? Excuse me, what? Huh? Did I hear that right? Whoa. Y'all want it? Y'all pull the strings. Well, age 48, here we are, I guess.
yeah. So back to the book that you mentioned. That's coming out end of the year towards or the beginning of next year.
Uh-huh.
Um, do you know the venues where that'll be available?
Well, for time being, it will be Amazon Kindle. I know that for sure. Anything else, I'm gonna have to really work at it because there's several bookstores I want to approach.
Right. Yeah. And do you have the book named?
Yes, I do. It is the uh life of a modern day outlaw psychic.
Yep. That's what I remember reading. Yeah. So there's did I not read something? There's some not like TV. What was that? It was you've got some other things going on along that same line with the outlaw line.
Oh yes. Basically I'm going to be filming a documentary, hopefully maybe starting in May if I can get my film crew's butts in gear. And after I get my cataracts fixed, if I can get their butts in gear, then I'm on the road starting in May.
Really?
Mhm.
So what's going to be what's your layout going to be for that?
Well, I'm not sure entirely yet, except for the fact that I'm going to be documenting um, all of my experiences, not just with the paranormal and the psychic and all that, but like when my journey between my past life parallels and my current life parallels began.
Oh, that'd be interesting. So,
And basically go through like all the places I've witnessed, I've experienced, I've seen, I've heard, I've felt, I've sensed, I've known, and what I know about these places. And also possibly stretching on into New York, where uh, this ancestor, Billy the Kid, yes, him, um, was not just born and raised, but, well, born more than raised, but lived for a short time. And also where I believe he passed away and was buried.
that'd be
No,
interesting.
it was not in New Mexico, folks. I've got records proving just the opposite.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that will be cool.
And it's
That'll be
verified by
cool.
different sources. So yeah.
And you were breaking up on that. Didn't hear what you.
So I'm hoping to go see the grave. I'm hoping to go see the grave. I'm hoping to go see where he was baptized as a child and basically, really soak in that energy, you know?
Yeah, that'll be neat. That'll be neat. Are you covering some of that also in the book?
Yes. In fact, I'm going to cover everything in the book. I have information that is going to burn history to the ground. The story of Billy
Yeah,
the Kid, folks, is not what everyone thinks it is. It
really.
absolutely is not what everyone thinks it is.
That'll be cool.
Oh,
Can we get a
And
hint?
so I am going to list records and photos and experiences and all that together to bring out the actual real story of what really happened.
now, were you related somehow?
He is my
Okay.
cousin. He is my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's neat. That's
Now
neat. So
the twist to
how do we
that
get our
is, and yes, I've got photographic documentation evidence to prove it, is that I was his first wife my last time around. Hmm. Does
really?
he still stick around and visit? Does he still stick around visit? Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, no, it'd have been a past life, so it wouldn't have been.
I got
And
confused.
on top of it,
I'm sorry.
I have the
Yeah.
collection on that family. Um, I have the entire family line, direct line from me to my seventh great grandfather, and then from my times seven great grandfather all the way through the Bonney line, Bonney, into the McCarthy line, McCarty, and straight to Billy.
So
Yeah.
let's party, by the way, y'all. I'm sorry, I don't think we started talking.
Yeah, we started talking before we
Yeah, this is
introduced. So
Melissa McCarthy. Sorry.
yeah,
Well,
we jumped in
McCarty
a
is my
little ahead
stage
there. So
name. McCarty is my
Um,
stage name. Is to kind of try to neutralize my actual last name.
all right, all right. So yeah, so I had a question, and then when you did that, it totally took my question away out of my head. So, and we just got a hi.
oh,
Hi.
hi.
Hello.
Uh, I didn't see who it was from, and that's big screen. So let's see here. It was where comments. Zitty.
Okay.
Zitty 2.
Hi, City.
Yeah.
Do we know you?
I don't know. Zitty, do we know you? Like
Do we
in
know you in real life?
like real life?
Do you know us personally?
Yeah.
Um, have you been drunk with me? Because if you have, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
So it's fun.
Well, whoever Sydney is, hello. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. So, I don't know if you have, do you have like a little shot or anything over there? So
Anyways, this
if that this is like a tradition here. So if you have one, you're welcome to have a shot with us.
drink.
You drank yours already?
Yeah.
I
Wow.
carry 3.
This-
My hands are shaking too bad.
I
Cheers.
don't have nothing to drink but water, folks.
Cheers.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
We drank it
Why?
with.
Stay hydrated.
It's probably safer that way for us, but
We're over here drinking whiskey like we're fucking.
Well, bottoms up, y'all.
yeah, that's I guess our outlaw. Yes.
Outlaw contribution.
Hey, that works
Yeah.
for me. I don't care. Long as I get to drink my water, I'm good.
Water is important.
Water is.
It's seeing
What are
your.
you doing? with
It's
this?
trying to look at your cat.
Stitch. It's Stitch.
Stitch,
It's
you're
your
on.
show.
Yeah.
You're in charge. We're all in trouble if Stitch is in charge.
What's your kitty cat's name?
Stitch.
Stitch.
Like from Lilo and Stitch, he's
I
Stitch.
get it. I get it. Oh, hi, Stitch. Hey, you.
And it also depends on which kitty cat you're talking about. Because there's another one here.
Well, and he has a sister, and her name is Ohana.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
You see her.
Shield.
she's probably up on the cabinet. She's probably on the witch
And
cabinet.
there another, and then there's one here. Let me see if I can spin this without making the camera adjust. There's
I
another one
couldn't
over
see
here.
it even if I wanted to. I have cataract, so I can't see. Unfortunately.
Well, this one. Don't get baby bugs. She's eating or something.
No, she's cleaning.
No, I petted her on her bald spot, and now she has to. She's a weird too.
Clean it.
You gotta be weird to live here. It's something in the water. I don't know what it is. I take in wayward cats.
Oh.
I am wayward cats. This one was half dead in my driveway during quarantine, right when COVID started. He was like dying in my yard. And he came back, obviously. He's just weird. But he was like this pitiful, tiny little half dead little creature. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so they're all like, this is home for wayward cats. So
Oh.
everyone can see you looking at your phone. Everyone can see you.
How
That's
cute
great.
is that?
Yeah.
Screen that.
And that was Kevin, by the way.
Kitties, here kitties, there kitties, kitties everywhere.
Yeah, Devin, Amy. It's not gonna show a cat.
Oh.
Sorry, Stitch. You're not famous. Okay.
You're not famous enough. You're not big enough for the camera to go, that's a person.
Over here.
As the
Like,
person who's
see?
off screen, I like to check in on the stream sometimes, making sure we're live and able.
There he made it.
So
That's Jeff.
Yeah.
okay.
So okay. Now what state were you born in, if you don't feel like I'm
I
being
was born in
too
California. I was born in California, Southern Cal. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, for a short time I lived in, what is in my hair? Southern California. I think that's some poplar mix. Anyways.
You got poplar in your hair.
Well, when I was mixing it, I made a mess, okay? It happens. It's not like your first time.
It looks good, but now we
Thanks.
know.
Like, it's not, I feel like something about Mary right now. It's cobbler, like, it really is. I made a cobbler tonight, so why does it have to be all on me? Like, double me up. I'm not talking about this. Like, let's go put it on Devin and away from me for a minute. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so, what was I talking about? I got distracted.
You were
ADD.
where you were living.
Oh yeah, I lived actually in Solana Beach for a while. So near
Okay,
San
I know
Diego.
where that
So
is. Yeah.
I'm originally from Arizona. So I'm all about
I love
the what.
Arizona. I love New Mexico and those areas. Yeah, that's kind of my home.
Yeah, I get it.
I wasn't
I
born
miss
there,
it.
but that's where my soul is Arizona and New Mexico.
Yeah, I can identify with
I
that.
like it.
Hmm.
They all find us cool sometimes. Could you lick a little quieter, sir?
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Cat is over here and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna lick as loud as I possibly can right now. Are y'all trying to do something? Is something happening? Should I be? Hold on, I
Silly,
hear this.
silly, silly.
Like, my God, like,
So
you
we're
know,
gonna
it's
lick
like
as loud
this
as
is
we
why
want,
I
huh?
don't like to sleep in the room anymore
Yeah.
tonight because I don't want to hear that.
We're
I don't
gonna
hear
lick
that.
as
So
loud as we want, huh?
I don't.
I missed something. What did you say?
Be glad. Sometimes it's good when you miss things that come out of my mouth and I
I'm
don't
gonna go back
repeat
and listen
them.
to the show. I'm sure I
Good for
can.
you. I'm
Okay.
sorry you can't.
Oh my
I
goodness.
didn't say it loud enough. Anyways, So back on track. Let's get back on track. Talking about ghosts, yo. I want to hear about one of your very favorite investigations.
Well,
Look, I'm
I have not
yeah,
done investigations in a very long time.
it doesn't matter. Look
But
at ghosts.
my very, very favorite experience with spirit, all time, hands down, Tombstone, Arizona.
Mm.
Hands down, that's where my cousins, Wyatt Earp and his brothers and cousin Doc Holliday are from. So, well, not natively from, but anyway. I was 14 and I went to the bird cage with my family, just tourists. We were just looking around, just being, geeky tourists. You know how it goes. And
Yeah.
I walk in, they close the door on us. All of a sudden, I hear things moving behind the bar. I look over and I'm going, oh, okay. Yeah, things I think are about to get interesting. um, so of course I'm soaking in the atmosphere, just kind of trying to get my bearings, and um, I hear someone come up behind me. Sure enough, lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, it's Ike Clanton, a ghost of, I might add.
Oh. Wow.
And he asked me, ma'am, can I show you a good time? I said, no, I thank you. I got it. If I need your help, I'll let you know. Thank you for the offer. I appreciate it. You know, I'm here with my family, so I got this. And of course, no, he did not back off. He just kept at, oh, come on, let me show you a good time. I said, no, Ike, I got it. Thank you. And about 100 feet to my right, I hear a group of men come up to me, up to, about 100 feet to my right. Ma'am, is that bothering you? It's like, no, White, I got it, babe. Thank you. Appreciate it. And they go back to whatever they're doing. And so I grabs me, I mean, full on grabs me around my waist. And I felt his fist in my stomach. And I feel very, very cold steel to my temple up here. I hear click. I goes, oh, I mean, I am praying at this point. I mean, literally praying everything I can literally think of, like, let go, let go, let go. All of a sudden, I hear the same group of men come up 100 feet to my right. I drop the gun. I mean, down deep, rumbly, grumbly, roar, Papa Bear, down deep in his diaphragm. Sure enough, wouldn't you know it? Wide Earp. Mm-hmm. And he goes, oh, but Wyatt, I was just trying to show the lady a good time. And I'm like, let go, damn it. Urgh. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, let go, let go, let go. Because I can't breathe at this point. It's hurting. This was really, really hurting. And again, they're kind of arguing back and forth. I drop the damn gun. Sorry, that's the way he said it. I'm not going to put no words in nobody's mouth. That's the way he said it. And I hear click, 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 click. I goes, uh-oh. So I feel the gun and I drop me and I bolt. I mean, hell for leather. I'm like, I'm so out of there. Behind me, all I hear is gunfire. Bam, 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 bam. I goes, oh crap, So I'm running for my life. I'm literally at this point, I'm full on dead run. Run, 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 run. And I get up to the stage. I'm out of breath. I'm wheezing. I'm going, my dad's like, and I'm going up to where my dad is on the stage, who's looking around up there. He goes, Melissa, what's wrong? What's wrong? I point down to where I had half. I goes, ghosts down there, ghosts. You know, I mean, I'm out of breath. I'm like, I'm really, really scared. I'm shaking. I'm out of breath. I'm, wheezing. I'm going, oh my God, someone just tried to kill me down there. Oh my God, there's someone down there. He goes, well, who's down there? I goes, don't you see them? He goes, no, I don't see anybody. I go, they're right there. He goes, well, who's down there? I said, I don't know, men. And, I didn't exactly know who it was. I knew, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I finally get myself calmed back down. I gather my thoughts. I kind of gather myself, get myself back together again. And so I kind of, go back down to find out just what the blank happened. And I smell the most pungent odor of gun smoke in the air. I love the smell now because, I've been around old West gunfight type stuff, Civil War reenactments, all that. You get used to it. And after a while, you develop kind of a love for the smell. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true.
Me it doesn't. Sorry.
And then so I'm kind of trying to figure out just what the heck happened.
Sorry.
And so at this point, Wyatt and his men are off to my left at this point because I'm facing the opposite direction from where I was before. And Wyatt says, ma'am, can we escort you through town when you come through Tombstone? We'll protect you from Ike and his boys. I goes, uh-huh, yeah, uh-huh, yes, 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 yes. I mean, when you're scared out of your wits like that, you kind of take the offer, you know? And I goes, uh-huh, yes, yes, sir, you can do that. And
Yeah.
so every time I hit Fifth is the cross street, Allen is the main drag. They come out of the Oriental Saloon and ask me, "You ready to go?" I goes, "Uh-huh." And the one of the last times I was there, I actually got to walk with my cousins Wyatt, Morgan, Virgil, and Doc, clearing them boardwalks for the walk to the corral for the gunfight. Yeah, that was fun. I mean, it was boots and spurs, ka-chink, 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 guns hanging proud. I'm grinning my ass off and, you know, color draining from faces, eyes going wide, jaws dropping, people dropping drinks, dropping ice cream, kids crying, dogs barking. I'm going, yeah, Earps and holidays coming through. Oh, that was fun. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Love a good entourage.
Entourage.
I I would do it again in a heartbeat. And then a few years later, I found out from another cousin who's related on the same lines. By the way, we're related to Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, and their men. I'm going, okay, well, that explains some things.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
That explains
Yeah,
some
yeah.
things. And what I didn't realize, and I found this out a couple of years ago, is that girls at that age would bring around baskets full of wine and liquor to sell to the patrons at the birdcage. And I was of the age where a girl would have done that.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
Yeah.
I think that Ike mistook me for one of the girls that sold the liquor.
You were a drink girl. I
Yeah.
thought she was a drink girl.
Yeah, you weren't giving up the liquor.
I like a
And if I'd given up the whiskey, I'd have bonked him over the head with a bottle.
Yeah, really. Yeah, really. Wow,
And
that is an
this time, I want to go back because I want a damn rematch. He scared the living crap out of me last time. I want a rematch, damn it.
Yeah, really. Well, that needs to be part of your documentary is your rematch.
It's going to be. Believe me, I'm going to be going down there. It's like, all right, Ike, I'm back. You. Yeah, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. Anyway,
You're allowed here. We actually earned the explicit label, and we got it. We got it honestly.
Label.
Yeah. So
Please.
yeah. So
like, okay,
you're
you
okay.
some bitch. I'm back. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's rumble. You know, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
like, all
really.
right. He's like, all right, Ike, you some bitch. I'm back. Let's rumble. And
Yeah. Yeah.
like behind the bar, I'm thinking this Curly Bill's like, yo, Curly, yeah, hand me a bottle of whiskey. I'm gonna bonk Ike over the head. I'm gonna smush this over Ike's head. I mean, this time it's war.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
He's like,
That
this time it's
definitely has to be
war.
part of that film. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So in your book that's upcoming, will you have stories along those lines
Oh,
of the
yes,
different
I'm
things?
gonna have all of my stories, everything: spirit, genealogy, ghosts, UFOs, Bigfoot, Santa Claus, Halloween.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I mean,
Whoa,
just
whoa.
everything.
What's the
I
thing
go
with
into
Santa
full
Claus?
detail. I don't hold anything back.
No.
Why are we
Yeah.
picking on Santa Claus?
Well, let's just say Santa and I are very good friends and colleagues, and we work quite well together. He's visited my home a few times. Oh, yeah. And I have some very interesting stories behind that, too.
Ah,
Let's just say he left his dirty, nasty boot prints all over my walls, my floors, and my carpets, and I could not clean them up. I tried. Oh, I tried. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I tried. But no. Every time you tried to clean them, they'd come back darker and heavier.
you Santa.
You
Oh, yeah.
will both know.
I mean, there was that one year that Zach he wanted Santa to fart in a jar.
And there were things left in our
My
stockings under the
Yeah.
tree that we did not, I stress this, did not purchase.
What would you glitched out right at you were saying what the purchase would be. What was
Okay.
that?
Well, basically, there were some adult items.
Adult item.
But there were some,
adult.
shall we say, adult items left under our tree. Now, some of it was clothing, which is, but some of it was adult items. I'm sorry, I'm not ready to tell you that's private.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, and what the connection is, I heard, I think you said adult toys. Did
No,
I hear
no,
adult toys?
adult items,
Ad-
not toy items. I'm not going to
Oh,
go
adult
for
item.
toys.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
it's, and I'm sorry about that, but it's like
It is
really
adult
choppy right there.
I'm so disappointed in
yeah,
Zach.
our Wi-Fi here is not the best.
Yeah,
There was one time that my now ex-husband and I went to the mall in Tucson, Arizona.
okay, it's clear now.
Where I grew up.
Oh, we lost her.
Oh. Then she went to Tucson, Arizona, and I'm like, oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, really.
I in Tucson,
Yeah, really.
Arizona.
All
Like
right, she'll be back. She got cut off a
she
little
got
bit
to know
ago,
this
but
happened earlier, I guess, and she was able to make
and
it.
made it back.
But,
So yeah, so we'll just amuse ourselves in the meantime. I could have sworn she said something about toys.
And then when you said that, I'm like, oh,
Oh.
and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Why?
My main my main question is I can understand boot prints on the floor and the carpet, but what was he doing putting boot prints
on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
Santa, you can,
sounds
if you're going to visit, stay off my walls.
real.
Dude, that's so hard to explain.
Yeah, you have to pay him, I guess.
Yeah, dude,
Santa's
just stay off the walls, Santa.
Santa sounds a little inappropriate.
Yeah. First you eat the cookies, then you walk on the walls.
Well, I mean, and he's eating cookies all over town.
He is eating cookies. You're not the first cookie he's eating.
Nah.
You're not either.
Yeah, just a urine on it too.
Experience.
Well, you missed shit. We just we
Oh, look, it panned on its own. That's
yeah,
great.
we've lost our gas for a second, just in the midst of Santa talk.
Santa?
Yeah.
Apparently Santa's gonna be in her book
Oh, that's cool.
because he's left footprints on her carpet
Yeah.
and
All over
on
the
her
place.
walls.
Yeah, on the walls.
He's a
Yeah.
magic man.
Try to understand.
And then she was telling
Thank
the
you.
story, and then it started glitching. And Kevin and I thought that she said that Santa left some adult toys. And then I was like, well, that's bullshit.
What? It was like,
We know.
yeah, really. It was going,
So
she was trying to talk, and so
yeah.
you were only getting
Yeah.
parts, and
And she said no adult
Adult
items. What you give to me? I'm like,
I
like what? What are adult items?
don't know, and she's not here to.
Like a wine
I need
opener.
elaboration.
Adult
guess-
item could be like,
A wine opener.
Like anything
Yeah.
or wine in
Or
general.
yes.
or just
Wine
big shoes.
or liquor.
That's
Cleaning products.
yeah. Kids hate cleaning products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
I love paper towels though. Paper towels are my
Santa.
jam.
Listen, Santa, I don't want any of your cleaning products. If some people are getting the adult items, I don't want cleaning products to be in that category, okay?
It's fair. So fair.
It was something different.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
paper towels, you're right.
I hate
would
that
complain-
we have these questions and she's not.
not going to complain about paper towels or toilet paper.
I would not complain about either. Well, toilet paper, I've got like 3 cases, so
Jeez, share some of
it's Amazon's fault.
Does Amazon end up
I have like the automatic things.
you
And-
auto ship?
Yes.
Not.
I've skipped the last couple and I still have like 3 cases.
You should just cancel it
Stop
entirely.
Automatic
Yeah.
thing. And you
It was
can
the
go
same
back
with
again.
deodorant and soap.
ADHD in a nutshell. Auto shipping way too much.
I had enough soap to last like holy shit, a year or
Did
more.
you stop that one?
I stopped that one too.
Didn't stop the toilet paper.
I need to stop. I'm scared to stop the toilet paper.
Well, when you get down to 1 case, make yourself a note.
How about if you get down to 2? We'll could let you have 2
Yeah.
back.
Or just like in a month's time from today's date, put a reminder on your phone, just like order toilet paper question mark, and then you should be good.
Question mark.
Question mark.
I like it. Okay. Will I do it?
That's a question for you.
Yeah.
Why don't you
It's the
put Chandler
question
in
mark.
charge of that? Give me the.
Oh yeah. Then we'll never have
No one's ever wiped
Thanks.
your ass again.
ever again.
Throughout.
So, I mean, he's like great on it. Hey, maybe almost
Arrival.
Melissa.
No, this whole
I'm
time.
here.
Oh,
we're back.
we
All right.
hear, but we can't. That's like what happens at my house. I hear people, but I can't see them.
So no,
I don't know. So we're still talking about we've been
Okay.
while you've been gone.
Yeah.
Why you
Okay.
Okay.
So as I was saying,
We
we were at the mall in Tucson, Arizona, and this one Santa Claus, I promise you, was
where
the
in
real
Tucson,
thing.
Arizona?
I was
Where
living
in
in Tucson
Tucson,
at the
Arizona?
time. My ex-husband and I went to go see Santa Claus. It was kind of our annual ritual. And
Was there a certain mall you went to? Is it at a mall?
yeah, Tucson Mall.
Which
Tucson
mall?
Mall, Tucson, Arizona. This one Santa Claus, I promise you, I'd swear it on a stack of Bibles in a court of law with a judge and jury. This was the real thing because he told us things about us. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. could not, should not have known. Not at all. Not even the only ones who knew any of the details he told us were our nearest and dearest. Only those super closest to us knew the details of what he told us.
Yeah, that would be
And he gave
creepy.
me a phone number to contact him after, he got off shift at the mall. I called the number. Guess what? Nobody by that name at that number. Nobody. You tell me, we will both know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay, so what's your experience with the Santa leaving the footprints? Was that
Well,
before
we
or after
tried to
the mall?
clean them. We tried to clean them and clean them away, clean them off, clean them down. Nope. Nope. Even replacing, from what we heard, even replacing the carpets did not do any good. They came back darker and heavier. When we tried to clean them from the windowsills, the walls, the floors, no good. No good. Everything we tried, we could not get them off, and they came back darker and heavier.
It's a demon. That's a
No,
demon.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
Couldn't be.
So did that happen before or after you met the Santa in Tucson?
Let's see. Both happened after.
Really? So
No,
and
actually,
you
I'm sorry. One happened before and the other happened after.
no, I got you. I got you. Man, I had a question and it just went away. Damn it! What's wrong with me?
You got brain.
I got brain. Is that what you said?
Brain.
Yeah, that's from my house.
Yeah, really. That's
This
twice
void,
tonight.
the void.
Yeah,
Sucks
it
I
all
just
mean,
was.
there
out.
is no way in heck that Santa Claus could have known the details about us that only our absolute closest anybody knew. No
Right,
way.
right. Yeah,
I mean, the
that's
things he told us, we did not tell anybody. Only those in our closest circle of family knew anything about those details.
right, right, right. Yeah, that's bizarre. That is
Crazy,
bizarre.
ain't it?
And you, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you'll cover that in depth in the book.
Yeah, that's in the book. hmm And
Cool.
I reveal details about the overall mechanics of Santa Claus and how that works because I have a little bit of knowledge into that realm.
Really?
hmm
All right.
Called quantum physics.
Oh,
hmm
yeah. It'd almost have to be.
Yeah, because how else would you?
Yes.
Some bending realms.
Bending realms. Well, it being quantum, it's something's there and not there at the same time, and it's the prediction of when it would be.
Yeah.
New for me when I'm.
So yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's
And
interesting.
then there was one other incident where I left a plate of cookies and a mug of hot chocolate, both eaten and drunk, gone. I mean, just gone. And neither myself nor my husband were awake. And we lost 4 hours of time during one Santa Claus visit to our home.
Really?
And we've heard the sound of a sleigh sliding onto the roof of one of our homes. And the pawing of livestock. Oh, yes. Bells ringing, the whole thing. I mean, can I explain it? Absolutely not.
Wow.
Is there
Can
proof?
I explain it?
It's a,
Absolutely not.
right. Yeah, that's wild.
And of
So I've
course, I
always,
left carrots for the reindeer. Reindeer are notorious for their love of veggies, so I left them some. And wouldn't you know it, the veggies were gone too.
really. So
Oh,
cookies,
well,
hot
I can't
chocolate, and
help it. I
veggies.
spoil the critters. Eh.
Yeah, really. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So, and you also mentioned, let's see, UFO, and did you throw Bigfoot in there too?
I've seen my share of UFOs or what I can classify as UFOs.
Right.
So
One of them was cigar shaped. Literally, I mean a
Uh-huh.
big long cigar shaped one. And then
right.
I've seen ones that are round. We lived in New Mexico at the time. We would watch these things literally chase each other across the sky over our home.
Really?
Yeah.
Where, what area of
No
the country
noise,
was that?
no noise, no hint of propulsion, just we would watch these crafts just chase each other back and forth across the skies.
Arizona.
That's what I was wondering. Where was that? Was that
This
Arizona
was
or?
in New Mexico. This was in New Mexico.
Yeah, I've seen
El
that
Rito, New Mexico.
in Arizona. I've seen that kind of.
Yeah, and where in New Mexico?
El Rito, it's north of Taos and
You
just
really
south
think
of the
so?
Colorado line.
All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So is that near, let's see, what else is up? I know in North
Them better.
New Mexico, there's Gallup.
Yeah, I've been to Gallup, the El Rancho. I love that place. You know, I have a lot of ancestors in spirit that hang out there, so I go visit them once in a while. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's up there near the, what, the Zuni? Is that the Zuni tribe that's up near Gallup?
No, no, that is Navajo.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I love that area. Absolutely love that area. I've been there
I
once.
believe it or not, I've even seen a Bigfoot.
That's, I would, that's my goal
I
someday.
have seen one, physically saw him. We were coming up Highway 96 toward our then home of Happy Camp, California. And I look over and there's this big, tall, sort of medium build, thinnish medium build, uh, I don't know what you want to call it, but it was this creature. He had reddish brown hair, very tall, probably about 9.5 feet tall. Um, just strolling along the side of the road, like nothing to it. We just kind of politely nodded at each other, acknowledged each other's presence, and both of us went on our way. Totally peaceful. Yeah,
Wow. How tall would you think it was?
about 9.5 feet tall.
Did it smell?
But one thing I take away from this is that he was absolutely gorgeous. He was one of the most
Girl.
beautiful creatures I have ever seen.
Really?
I felt no threat, no sense of fear, nothing. It was just peaceful.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Amy had asked, did he have a lot of times with Bigfoot sightings, they talk about the smell. Was there a smell that was associated
Nothing.
with that or
No. No, I was in my truck just driving, just, riding in the truck along Highway 96. So, no, I didn't
oh yeah,
smell
she didn't know
anything.
smell.
I
Yeah.
just saw him. But you know what? What struck me is, what struck me was I couldn't take my eyes off him.
I can
I mean,
understand that
I
if I
was
saw
just,
one like
I was
that.
so engrossed in studying him. Like, wow. Thank you for letting me see you. I am honored.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And I
It is
really
mine.
appreciate the fact that this being let me see him.
Like,
I feel the same way. That's like one of my all-time goals. If you can make something like that a goal, because it's so I don't know, unlikely to happen,
It's
but
rare. It's extremely rare. Yes.
yeah, I would love for that because yeah, it's the same as doing the investigations. It's I'm convinced he's out there, but I have yet
Oh
to
yeah. Oh yeah.
have an experience.
Bigfoots are absolutely real. If I had not have seen it with my own eyes, I would never have believed it. Now I also have photos of Bigfoot tracks and a Bigfoot habitat.
Really?
Yes. Hmm.
So was that in
All of
that
it is
same
going to be
area?
in my book.
Was that in around the same area, or was that a
Happy Camp,
separate
California.
event?
Yes, down by the river. Hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, do you think Bigfoot is like a biological, or do you think he's
Oh
interdimensional?
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think he's a little bit of both, honestly.
Really?
Hmm.
Yeah, I keep bouncing back and forth because I think he's biological, but I've seen
I
some
think he's
things
a
where I'm like,
little of both, really.
he almost has to be.
And the only reason I say that is because every time I would be going up and down 96 with my family, or well, my ex-husband now, um, I would feel like I was being watched, but I felt safe. I never felt threatened. I felt very, very protected.
Right.
Like they're just curious about us, they're
You
not,
feel
they
like
don't mean us any harm, they don't mean us
Maybe.
any threat.
so
And
I
as
can hug
long
him.
as we don't encroach on their territory, then we have nothing to fear.
See, a nice hug and a pacha.
Yeah, yeah, and a payday.
Except not a payday. Who actually eats paydays? They're
I love
disgusting.
payday. That's my favorite candy bar. I'd give Bigfoot a payday.
Whatchamacallit right here, 80. Sorry, I'm an 80s kid. I love whatchamacallit bars. I really
Which
do.
college?
No, I'm gonna go for something dark chocolate or like a Heath.
I can't like eat or something like heat
I'm a
or
whatchamacallit bar
maybe.
kid.
Actually, like dark
Yeah.
chocolate. I'm so you know what? Maybe Bigfoot has to taste like me, and he doesn't like milk chocolate. Maybe he likes dark chocolate.
Okay, could take him that. Give him one of each. Let
And
him decide.
Fucking payday. He doesn't want fucking peanuts and nougat. Nobody
if
fucking
you
likes
go
nougat
if
except
you
for you
go up
people.
on my YouTube page, I actually have video of us measuring a Bigfoot track in front
Really?
of
Where
our
can we
home.
find that?
Yeah,
You said
that's
that's
on my
on YouTube?
YouTube channel.
Shut up.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it just under, Melissa McCarthy or is it
Yeah, Melissa Renee McCarty. Yeah.
okay?
Did you give him food?
No, unfortunately. No, no. In fact, the rangers in that area say don't feed the wildlife, and that includes Bigfoots. But if I wanted to leave them something, I would probably leave them apples because they seem to leave a lot of apple cores around. So they seem to like
Yeah,
that.
I can see that. That's actually
Rather eat an apple than a freaking payday.
wow.
Okay, what if,
But if you're
Do you think
a
he'd like
candy apple,
like chocolate
No,
covered?
just
like mix it
apples,
up a little
straight
bit.
apples.
Right.
No, no, straight
Just
apples.
that would smell right. I mean, think about if you give an apple like to, I don't know, not a beaker. Probably not a beaker.
Well,
Probably not
see,
people.
thing
Oh,
is, to me,
like a
it's all about bringing them an offering of goodwill,
raccoon.
you know?
Raccoon. Okay, like they're
I agree.
not.
I
They're not
agree.
good. Well, raccoon.
She's talking about feeding raccoons over here, so
For me, it's all about a gesture of goodwill, bringing them something that they would have in their own environment anyway.
Right, you don't make them unwrap a freaking payday and eat a hot dog. That's not
Well,
something
no
that's out.
kidding.
I hated that show. Paper Puck's like, "Are you getting loud? What's going on?" She's like, "Do I need to separate you two?" Like, I don't. That just infuriates me. That's not something that they would eat out in the wild. If they are, out there, and I'm not saying they're not, but I'm not saying they are either.
Common camping food though, so like
Yeah, they would
When they're terrorizing campers, they're gonna
No,
eat their
they just when they
wieners.
From what I saw, they seem to like apples, so I figure, well, if I'm going to bring them
that's
something,
logical.
a
Yeah.
That's very
gesture of
Makes sense.
goodwill, either bring them
Huh?
a fish from the river or bring them apples, something that would be in their natural environment anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They don't have to work.
No, like here's something you've never had to unwrap your food out of a
I was
plastic
thinking of a wrapped
paper.
candy bar, and it was just a joke. Anyway.
You're laughing, but that's that shit.
That is the show. They would always do stuff like
They
that.
love to
I'll give
hate
you that. Yeah.
Stop.
Based on that, yes, 100%.
Gross. This isn't like fresh meat.
But they
That's
make
what
like
they're used to
peanuts.
eating.
But
filet mignon.
filet mignon,
That's where you
Bring
can
them a
find.
steak.
they would like it
peanuts.
rare.
Listen,
Please.
No, not
listen,
even-
Linda. How often are you going to find peanuts just growing in the freaking floor, in the florist,
In the florist.
in the florist?
Yeah.
In
Matter of
the
fact, there's
florist.
probably never been peanuts growing in the
I'm
forest.
not a florist. No.
Wow.
Florist. That's
Well,
what
peanuts had to come from somewhere. They grew wild at some
The
point.
forest is kind of darker, and don't they need? They need light. Peanuts need light.
Well, I mean,
They
think
need
about
this-
this. They like
I
to
don't.
eat a mixture of berries, nuts, fish, and anything else that they can get a hold of, like venison or
Yeah. You ain't
you
cooking
know.
it like that. Like
Well,
Yeah.
you do know that
Interesting
they
and
cook with
different.
fire pits, right?
What?
putting it on a bun.
They do cook with fire pits. These animals have mastered the art of flame.
Really?
Hmm.
That's
Should I would hope. How? I mean, I guess they could cook their own food.
well, undercooked food is dangerous. So, yeah.
Like it could be like sushi.
Sushi?
Yeah.
What would they?
And
They don't cook the fish, but they do
I'm
the.
used to eating raw meat.
No,
Yeah,
they
that's-
eat fish. They eat fish raw and wild, like
Right.
you know,
So
like
body
bears
gets
do, or
You've already got the worms by that point. So it doesn't really matter. You need whatever you want.
Next time I see Bigfoot, I'm bringing
So
him
is
a
there
knee work.
anything
But-
else you'd like to know?
Exactly.
I mean, there's tons. There are absolute tons I want to know. In your like shaman work, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I work very closely, of course, obviously the same way as my ancestors did, with spirit, with nature, rock, stones, minerals, gems, uh, you know, candles and healing work as well. And I have several instances under my belt of having done some healing work, and yeah, it's good stuff, I like doing what I do.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. So yeah, that's always been something that I've found interesting is shamanism and that kind of work. So you had mentioned just when you were talking, you said shaman, and you mentioned healing and a healer. The
Yeah,
fact that
shamans
you
were the doctors, if you will, of their day.
oh yeah. What I'm referring is you kind of introduced the two separately. So you said shaman and a healer. So the reason why I bring that up is, is there elements of what you do with the healing that's not necessarily under the shaman part of it, but I'm wondering the reason why I ask is because you said the two differently. And so I'm wondering if there's some
basically,
element of your
it's that on one hand, I'm able to heal illness. I am able to heal illness. I've done it several times. And on the other hand, I'm able to like use energy work to, and I'm just going to give this as an example. When I
Huh?
was in the hospital fighting for my life, I literally used my energy to um, help find missing elderly and children in the hospital and return them to their families, and to help with fire suppression efforts. Yeah, it actually worked. It's like, I'd be like, all right, fire, no, 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 out you go, out you go, out,
Yep.
And 5 minutes later, over the intercom, all clear. It's like, well, that was fast.
Really? Yeah, really. Um, yeah, now you also mentioned though that you had crossed over several times. That,
That what now?
you know, that you had crossed over, you had died and then come back several times. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the first two times, the first time I crossed out of my body, went back home to Fort Sumner, New Mexico. And of course, there were like all these Old West figures all the way around me. I'm just going, whoa. I mean, I was kind of like shocked, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I knew who they were, but I didn't know who they were. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, Out of the crowd steps Billy, and he says, "Welcome home." And I said, "Where am I? What am I doing here?" He says, "Don't worry, you're safe. You're home." And uh, so we got to talking a little bit, and he said, "Your time here is not yet. Remember, I will always love you. You have to go back. You can't stay." And I said, "Why not? They don't want me there. I don't like that body. I don't like what it represents. I don't like any of it. Why do I have to leave?" Because I mean, I looked at myself in a store mirror, I'm going, or in a window or something, I'm going, I look at myself, I goes, "Oh my God, I'm thin. Whoa, my God, my skin. I'm pretty. Whoa." I look at my nails, I go, "My
Mhm.
nails are long, right on." And I'm thin and I'm pretty and I'm tall and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm actually pretty now. Yay." Finally out of that nasty mess.
Mm.
And he's like, "Well, your time is not yet. You can't be here yet. You have more work to do." And I said, "But I don't want to go back. I don't like that thing. They don't want me here. Or, they don't want me there. I don't want to go back to that. What makes you think I want to go back?" He says, "You have other work you have to do. Wait there until I come back for you." And I goes, "Okay, I don't like it, but okay." I was kind of like, do I have to? You know, I mean, really. And when he put me back in my body, he did not set me down gently. It was like falling on concrete. That hurt. I'm like, ow, damn, man. You think you could be a little more careful? Really? You
Yeah. And you say
know?
that was the first time?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Second
how old were
time
you?
I crossed. Second time I was very, very sick. I mean, like to the point of death's doorstep sick. And I remember crossing out of my body and going to this place that was warm and kind and loving and beautiful. Uh, Out the long walls were like, you know, panes of glass windows, and you could see out onto like meadows and lakes, and sun was shining, and blue skies, and the grass was green, and there were buildings in the distance. I'm like, oh, wow, And the bed I was on, the sheets on this bed were whiter than any white that we have here. And I mean whiter than white. And the pedestals that these beds were on were X shaped and plexiglass with streaks um of light going through them of pastel colors. And I thought, this is really cool. It was kind of like a hospital setting. There were doctors and nurses in long gowns and, the nurse's hat and the doctor's coat and all that. And um, in the bed next to me, of course, was none other than Billy. So we look at each other. He kind of grins at me. We clasped hands, which seemed like an eternity. And then he sort of looked away, dropped my hand, and I was back in my own bed again in my home, and I was healed of whatever I had been sick with.
Really?
And I remember seeing medical staff around him working on him. Yes, really.
So you mentioned the first one. How old were you at when the first time that this happened?
I was about 14.
Really?
Mhm.
And the second one that where it was really pretty and how old were you on that
I was about,
one?
I want to say I was about 23 or 24.
Okay. And
And then the third and fourth time I was in the hospital, obviously over here in Portland. And apparently I had flatlined twice, but they made me come back. So I didn't get to fully make the entire journey, as it were.
I got you. I got you. And were you, as they were making you come back, as you said, were you conscious of the fact that you were heading in that direction,
No,
or
no, I was not conscious of it at all. No.
I got you. On the prior two, when you made the transition, for lack of a better way to ask the question,
Hmm.
was there like a transitional period, or was it like
No, it was just
snap
very
and
quick. It
you're
was
there?
very quick, very smooth. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's why do you think, looking back on your two experiences that you were able to complete, I guess, or make it across to,
Hmm.
why do you feel there's a difference in the two experiences?
Well, one is because I was actually conscious of the people around me. And the other one, I was kind of observing, as it were.
Right.
I
Right.
was kind of in a
Um,
position of observation.
yeah. Yeah. Do you think that on the second one where you could see outside and see the landscape, outside of the setting that you were in, but do you think that the setting that you found yourself in immediately, being in the hospital-ish setting, do you think that is kind of in line with the fact that you were fighting with something in your physical body?
I don't know. That part I don't know. I couldn't answer that. I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. That's kind of why I was kind of wondering on that.
Yeah. But it was someplace as described in one of Sylvia Brown's books, which really actually helped me harness my abilities. And it is what is known as the healing place. I'd only read about it in her books, and I thought, okay, cool, that's kind of interesting. Sort of put it in the back of my mind, but didn't really consider it until I went there.
Right.
And so it was really an interesting experience. And, you know, if I had it to do again, I would. Yeah.
No, I would imagine either one of them. I would think.
Oh, yeah. But this
Yeah,
time I'm
that's
not coming back to my body, doggone it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's just amazing to hear that. And what's interesting about that is it's it's parallel or it runs similarities in other descriptions, but in a different way. And
Right.
that's why I find that really interesting is you hear the stories of walking down, gorgeous streets and sitting on a park bench. And
Mhm.
although your environment that you painted was different, it wasn't that different. And
Mhm.
so, meaning, I think that's very interesting. Um,
Place of comfort.
yeah, yeah,
Place
yeah,
of just serene, calm.
yeah. Just a place of beauty and a place of yeah, yeah, peace. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing those two.
Oh,
I
you're
find that
welcome.
really, really
And
interesting.
in my book, I also go into my past life memories, and I'm writing one more chapter in. I'm going to polish everything else up. I'm going to write one more chapter in that's going to be a complete and total true timeline of the real Billy the Kid's actual history. Not the
Looking
crap
forward to
they tell
reading
you
that.
in the legend. Not the crap they tell you in the
Right.
legend because it's all bullpucky, okay? Or at
Hey,
least the
well, Pucky.
majority of it is.
Yeah, yeah, well, I mean, I think that the more we learn about our history, the more we find out that almost everything that we've learned has been bullpucky, as you put it. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that would be really, really interesting. Um, let's see. I know that you had some other things that you had talked about. And we've covered the afterlife experiences,
Mm-hmm.
the shamanism, the healing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
somebody, do you have the story that you told there at the birdcage and all of that? Um, do you have another? We've got about 10 more minutes, so about 7 minutes to continue talk to you. But
Okay.
do you have do you have another story like that? Just
Yes,
I'd
I
love that
do.
one.
Yes, I do. And one of my absolute favorites, I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It was right around early March. And it was just starting to thaw. And it was absolutely freezing outside. I mean, the type of cold
Right.
where, you have to wear 3 or 4 layers just to stay warm and not let the cold get to you. So I had a book by John Tuska about Billy the Kid, okay? And I remember reading a passage in there, and this book's in my collection to this day, by the way. And it had a passage about uh, the La Fonda Hotel. So I'm sitting there reading, and there it is, catty corner to me. So I'm drawn. I mean, just this energy just draws me there, like a moth to a flame. And so I go up to the cafe doors. Of course, I'm kind of looking at this, going, "Wow, this is so cool." So I walk in the swinging doors, and it's the saloon. Wouldn't you know it? Now, minors are not often allowed in saloons. No, 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 because, age 21, carded, etc. They not only never carded me, they never even asked my age. Yeah. And there was Billy at the table where he sat long, long, long time ago. And with all his men around, they're playing cards and whatnot. He looks up and grins at me like a Cheshire kitty. I'm like, Billy, what are you doing here? Spill it. Come on, spill. And, I'm like, Billy, what are you doing? He's like, Brandon, what are you doing here? I goes, I should be asking you the same question. What are you doing here? So he invites me to sit down with him, and, we get to talking. He puts his hand on mine. Jolt of electricity goes up my hand, through my arm, up into my head. All of a sudden, bam, we're back in 1870. I look around, I'm like, wow, this is cool. Right on, I mean, you could hear the roulette wheel, the dice being thrown, the cards being played, men drinking, smoking, boot stomping, the whole thing. I mean, bartender cleaning glasses behind the bar. And I mean, it was just the coolest experience. And then we're just in an instant, we're right back in my time again. And so, we're sitting there talking, and finally my parents and my sister come in and goes, there you are. We've been looking all over the plaza for you. I goes, yeah, sorry about that. I kind of got held up. So, he's like, hey, can I, sit with you over lunch? I go, yeah, sure. Why not? I don't mind, They're like, well, who are you talking to? I said, oh, Willem H. Bonney, this here's my folks, And he kind of tips his head, how do, And as I had sat down next to him before my parents came in, his men kind of start to crowd around me a little bit, and he draws his fist and he goes, back off, They goes, whoa, okay, okay, go back to whatever they were doing. And so when it's time for me to leave after lunch, by the way, I gotta brag on this place's blue corn nacho plate. They make the bomb ass.com. I mean, bomb.com.com. Best house nachos with blue corn chips. I am a fanatic. Oh my God, it is so good. Um, and so, he puts his hand on mine, he goes, looks really pleadingly into my eyes. Please, please, please don't leave. I just found you again. I goes, don't worry. I love you. Wait for me here. I'll be back. I will be back. I promise. Mi promiso. And so I think that he wasn't willing to take no for an answer. And, I think he followed me home.
Really?
Yeah. And he's been with me kind of ever since. So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
And
that is a
so
good. uh,
he's the one that kind of led me to all the records and into all the experiences I've had and everything. And it's been just a wild ride.
Yeah.
I bet. I bet.
Fun.
So, and helped you come up with everything that you're coming up with. That'll.
Everything. And for my ancestors who are my outlaws, my lawmen from the Old West, because they've been there for me, they're my rock, they're my strength, they're everything to me. They've been there for me through everything, thick, thin, fat, flush, you name it, you know. They've been there for me through everything. So I could think of no greater honor than to honor them by naming my business after them.
Yeah.
Outlaw Life Psychic Enterprises LLC.
Yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I definitely, we're running up on the hour. So I definitely look forward to seeing your book hit the market, and I will be getting it. Uh, I think it would be a very interesting read, and insightful, and yeah, and she wants to learn about Santa. So, um,
Okay. I'll tell you
so
more
yeah,
later on.
yeah, definitely, definitely. But I look forward to that, and I wish you all the luck in the world
Thank
with
you.
both getting that out And also in
And
the
yes, there
documentary.
will be books after that. One of them goes into the complete history of Billy the Kid's family. I will be doing a total genealogy book that is all of his mother's line, all of his father's line, all of his ancestors clear back to my line. And then through my prior lifetime, I was his first wife, so it goes into that person and her family, and that traces all the lines all the way through,
Right. Yeah, I'll look forward to that one as well.
because everyone says, oh,
Yeah.
he was an orphan. Well, that might have been so, but he had family somewhere.
Well,
But yeah,
not everybody.
yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then
That makes
after
sense.
that, I'm going to be writing a cookbook. Yeah, I'm going to have my own cookbook coming out. And I really
That's
love cooking
exciting.
and baking, so yeah.
Do you really?
Mhm.
What kind of food? I mean, all kinds of food, all kinds of.
Yeah, Italian, Mexican, American, Tex-Mex, baking, yeah, all of that.
Yeah, I'll look that up too, because I'm a cooker too. So, and she loves to cook
And
and
it will be
just have.
called My Mountain Home
I am a
Recipes
cooker
from
too.
Generations.
Yeah,
Freaking Walter White.
I am. They say I look like Walter White at work now. Since I shaved
I have
everything
no
off, they're
idea. I
like, "Oh,
can't
Walter
see.
Breaking
I
Bad.
can't see,
White."
so I have no idea.
She's laughing because I said cooker, which Walter White,
What's so much
Walter White,
bad?
and the meth cooker. So
Bad, yeah. That just made me
Well,
laugh.
I never watched
damn it,
that, so I have no idea.
yeah,
All I know is it was
I
filmed in New Mexico. That's the only thing I know. Hello,
didn't
Tamalewood, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hi, guys. Mwah. Love ya.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, how can people find you? Let people know how they can find you.
Yeah, https://olpsyent.com, https://olscient.com.
Awesome.
And
And
then
your
Psychic Mom, Psychic PSYCHIC, Mom MOM, Mary Oscar Mary, 2017 at gmail.com.
Perfect. And you have the book coming out, the documentary that you're hoping to get out next year,
Yeah, I have a
and
documentary coming out soon. I have a book coming out soon. I'm hoping both will be released together so that it kind of comes as a package deal, and you'll get to see my entire life and walk all the way through everything I've experienced.
awesome. And what's going to be the name of the book again? One last time.
The modern, let's see, the life of a modern day outlaw psychic.
Perfect. So, well, Millissa, it has been an honor and a thrill and a joy to have
Thank
you on the
you.
show. Thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing, and hopefully we
Thank
can,
you.
yeah, pass that along to you a little bit and get, some people getting your story out there for
Oh,
you.
definitely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Not a problem at all. We enjoyed it. And for our listeners, and Destiny, just saw your comment. I truly apologize. I had my screen on full. So, hi, thank you for listening.
Destiny thinks that Santa is Krampus.
Yeah, she was the comment that we missed. She said that wasn't Santa, that was Krampus with a question mark.
Oh,
So that was.
Krampus, Schmampus. Krampus and I are sworn enemies.
So
Krampus
we'll
and I
get
are
into the.
sworn enemies. I see that mother, you know what, or I'm gonna shoot the hell out of him.
I hear you. So we'll talk about that next time we have you on. How's that?
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, Millissa, thank you so much to our listeners. Thank you for listening tonight. We love y'all and wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah, and sorry about last week. We'll reschedule for next week, I believe, with Amber Carrick. So join us next week, same time, same place.
Yep.
Y'all
All
have
right.
a great week and happy hump day. We're over the hump.
We are over
We're
the
almost
hump.
this weekend. And listen, Haunt Atlanta this weekend at Lake Lanier. Y'all should check it out. I will be there. Heather and Jeff will be there. Or
I
some of
might
our
be
favorite
there.
people. Kev might be there. Devin. So yeah, we'll be there. Come meet us.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Stay spooky.